Great Scott! Hey guys, Steve-O here, Move for Movies and TV's on the ball, and look at the time. It has been 40 years since Back to the Future. I remember 10 years ago, 2015, when we never got our hoverboards, but I wanted to take this moment just to kind of talk about how great this movie Back to the Future was. The first time I saw it was on video where we got it from McDonald's, and the film is just a classic. I own the Blu-ray of all three. Second one is always going to be my favorite just because of the future that we never really got with the hoverboards and the flying cars. But I do have to say, I did like the original Back to the Future. I feel like it worked pretty interesting. I mean, it's just it took place in 1985, and the fact that Huey Lewis the um, was the in the band. It was one of the teachers that says to Marty McFly's that we're in the band that you were just too darn loud. I liked Jennifer, or his relationship with his parents. I think the screenwriter, when he was coming up with the idea, came up with it saying that what he said, what would it be like if he went to high school with, would he and his dad be friends if he went to high school with him, or something like that. But it's a great movie. I think Dr. Emmett Brown is so cool, and especially in the Pines Mall scene when we see the DeLorean open up or come back down, and it's just looked so cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a car like that? And the fact that it hovered around in the 2015 movie, or not 2015 movie, in the sequel in Back to the Future Part 2. I love this movie. I feel like it'd be a great, I think it's a great trilogy. Um, the Johnny B. Good scene, and especially lines like "Hey Chuck, hey Chuck," he's like talking on the phone. He's like, "Hey Chuck, this is your cousin Marvin Berry. I know you were looking for." I mean, there was great lines there, and it works out pretty good because I think, and when he goes back in time, he hits a pine tree and he comes back to the future, and it says One Pines Mall instead of Twin Pines Mall. But this movie is really good. I think I think it's one of Michael J. Fox's best films. I think, and as you can see, I'm fading a little bit, just like in the picture. So there's kind of a class. I think Emmett Brown was a really good character. Back to the Future 3 had some really good ideas, and I think they were so focused on Marty's family in the first two that they looked at the relationship and love story of Doc Brown's, and that came out, I think, in '93. But do you feel like But tell my friends out there, what's your thoughts on Back to the Future? Now 40 years old, does that make you feel old? Does that is it kind of still has Back to the Future in some ways now kind of been considered a timeless classic? Let me know in the comments below, which is your favorite out of the trilogy. Um, what's your favorite scenes out of this movie? Um, the I did like the future world, especially. I think 2 is my favorite just for the future stuff. But I do have a soft spot for the Johnny B. Good scene, and um, all the things. And I'm hoping that they never do a remake of this movie. I think it's perfect the way it is. Let me know what your thoughts on Back to the Future remake and anything else Back to the Future wise in the comments below. As always, keep them clean as possible. I want to have fun. But let me know. And I think Back to the Future, 40 years, time goes by. Gotta get back in time. Back in time. But I can talk about this movie. I might talk to Jay doing a podcast on this. But let me know what your thoughts on Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3 in the comments below. I do have to say, with 3, I thought it was pretty interesting to have focused on Doc Brown and the fact he makes a refrigerator. It's kind of pretty clever. I did like the Emmett, the guy that played um, his Principal Strickland. I actually saw him in I saw him recently in a movie. But anyway, I think it's a classic film. Let me know in the comments below. I could go on and on, but happy 40th, Back to the Future. See you at the movies. I'm Steve, and gotta get back in time.